As always, it is so great to have you here. I hope you're staying safe and healthy and feeling fabulous at the same time. Anyways, today we have such a delicious recipe. We're making Spanish onion rice with a garlic sauce. Now this is a dish that I truly love because it's very healthy and it's a complete meal in one dish between the rice, all the sauteed onions and the garbanzo beans. But the real kicker here is that garlic sauce, which is basically a garlic mayonnaise Allioli. It really elevates the flavors and brings the entire dish together, folks. This recipe is very easy to make. It's got a ton of Spanish flavors and it comes together in just 30 minutes. Let's begin by adding in 3 cups of vegetable broth into a saucepan, which is about 710 milliliters. The broth that I'm using is homemade. You'll find the recipe on how to make it in the iCard above and description box below. We'll also pinch in a 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is 0.17 grams. And heat it with a medium-high heat. You'll find a link to get the saffron threads I'm using from Golden Saffron in the description box below. At the same time, I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. While the olive oil is heating, I'm going to roughly dice 1 large onion. As you know, I always like to remove between 1 to 2 of the outer layers, as those outer layers are not as firm as the inside ones. This makes it so much easier to dice the onion, and it also gives it a better overall texture when you cook it. And I'm also going to roughly chop 3 cloves of garlic. After heating the olive oil for about 4 minutes, and it's nice and hot, but as you can see, it's not smoking, so it hasn't lost any of its beautiful flavor, I'm going to add in the diced onion and the chopped garlic. And I'm going to mix the garlic and onion around with the olive oil. I always like to mix this continuously, that way the ingredients don't brown too quickly and they all evenly saute. After about 4 minutes, and the onion is nice and translucent, and the garlic is lightly sauteed, you don't want to brown these ingredients too much. I'm going to measure out 1/2 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.15 grams, and add it into the pan. And we'll give this a quick mix, that way that paprika is evenly coating the garlic and onion. Then I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, which is 115 grams. The tomato sauce that I'm using, I made by finely grating a couple tomatoes. You can substitute this for either canned tomato sauce or even passata. And we'll give this a quick mix and simmer it for a couple minutes. After simmering the tomato sauce for about 3 minutes and it's slightly thickened up, it's time to add in the rice. I'm going to measure out 1 cup of uncooked round rice, which is 220 grams. Round rice is very similar to either medium grain rice or even arborio rice. And I'm going to add the rice into the pan. And I'm also going to add in 1 cup of cooked chickpeas, which is 170 grams. The ones that I'm using come from a jar, which is the same thing as the canned ones. Very important to add them into a sieve and rinse them under some cold running water before you add them into the pan. And I'm going to season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we're going to give this a gentle mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly mixed together. And once again, remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break those chickpeas apart. Once everything is well mixed, I'm going to grab the saffron-infused vegetable broth that we have heating and slowly add it into the pan. And we're going to turn up the heat from a medium heat to a high heat. And we're going to give this one final mix, that way all the ingredients are evenly distributed throughout the pan. And like I always tell you after this step, you don't want to mix the rice again, otherwise it disrupts the way that it cooks. After 8 to 9 minutes, you can see a lot of that broth has been absorbed by the rice, but there's still plenty of broth left. I'm going to lower the fire to a low-medium heat. And we're going to simmer this for another 3 to 4 minutes or until all that broth has been absorbed by the rice. Then I'm going to remove the pan from the heat And we're gonna place a dishcloth over the pan and let it sit here between 3 to 4 minutes. By trapping that steam in there, it's gonna finish cooking up all the rice. In the meantime, let's make the garlic sauce, which is basically a garlic mayonnaise Allioli. I'm gonna add in half a cup of mayonnaise into a bowl, which is 115 grams. Finely grate in 1 large clove of garlic. If you don't have a grater, you can just finely mince the garlic. Squeeze in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. And add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. We'll lightly season with a little sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll whisk it together, that way everything's well mixed. This just takes a couple seconds. After leaving our rice to sit for about 4 minutes, I'm going to remove the dishcloth, add some of the garlic sauce over the rice, and we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped parsley. Our Spanish onion rice with a garlic sauce is done. You saw this, so easy to make, done in just 30 minutes, and the aromas are absolutely beautiful. Let's give this a try and see how it tastes. This rice dish came out looking so good, I can't wait to try it. Here we go. It is absolutely delicious. The rice is beautifully cooked. Then you have all those sauteed onions with the chickpeas, the garbanzo beans, which give it such a great texture, and the saffron and pimenton, which is the paprika, that gives it that big punch of Spanish goodness. But the beauty of this rice dish is that garlic sauce, the garlic mayo Allioli, really takes it to the next level. You saw this, very easy to make, done in just 30 minutes in my opinion. It does not get better than this. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Linda Bufano, Hollis Helmichi, Sam Cohen, and Kent Anderson. Again guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. For the rest of you, if you're not with me on Patreon, consider becoming one, as it really helps with ingredients and equipment to continue making videos like this. You'll find my Patreon link in the description box below and iCard above. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Till the next time, hasta luego.